The first two items that you're going to do on the speaking section are the independent speaking items. And here we're going to focus on item 1, so the first item in the speaking section, which is also called the open question. And it's important for you to remember the sequence of this question because it's going to help you to be oriented in the test. First, you get a question, then you get 15 seconds of preparation time, and then you get 45 seconds of speaking time. And we're going to spend the rest of the video talking about what to do during each of those sections. Okay, before you even start the test, this is the most important thing that you need to have prepared and to apply to this item. And it's going to be your plan of attack. And really it has 3 phases. First, you need to be very fast and effective at picking your choice when they ask you the question, because it's going to be an opinion question. You need to decide what you think, and it's really important that you can do that quickly and effectively. Then you're going to apply your outline, and we'll talk about what your outline is in just a minute. And then finally, you're going to deliver. And what I mean by deliver is just say the item really effectively in 45 seconds. Okay. Let's start in the beginning. The question, sometimes called the prompt, is just a question about your general opinion. And almost always it's going to be a question that you really don't care about, because if they ask you something that you really care about, like what is your favorite musician, or what was the best concert that you went to when you were in high school, something like that, it's going to be too easy. So they always ask you a question you don't really think is interesting. So here is the example we're going to use today. What is your favorite place to study? Why is it your favorite place? Use specific reasons and examples to support your explanation. Okay, the first thing to notice is that the second sentence, or the third sentence of this particular question, which is in green right now, doesn't tell us anything. It's always the same on the TOEFL. They always put that little sentence at the end of these questions, and it's not giving you any content. So what I want you to do is choose what you are going to talk about while they say the part of the question that's in green. So you're gonna choose your topic. Here I'm going to say library. The library is my favorite place to study. So when they're saying use specific reasons and examples to support your explanation, I make the decision, okay, let's talk about the library. Okay, now you're going to have 15 seconds and you're going to choose 2 reasons and 2 examples and write them on a piece of paper, and that will be your outline. So in that 15 seconds, you have a piece of paper and you have a pen and you're writing your outline down. If you did a good job, you've already written down your choice, library, before the question finishes. Now, in these 15 seconds, I have time to think of 2 reasons and 2 examples. These are going to become basically my body paragraphs in the spoken response. So my first reason is resources, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. And the example I'm going to use is academic journals. And the second reason is the environment that it provides. And my example will be other students. Okay, so this, what it is a plan of the content that I'm going to say. And it's extremely important that I have this plan because it allows my brain to focus on creating good English when I'm saying the response. I don't have to be creative when I'm speaking. So this is the creative portion of the question, and then when you're actually speaking, all you're doing is saying good sentences in good English that follow this particular structure. Okay. In this, when you're speaking, you have 45 seconds. You're going to focus on a really good introduction, because if you have a good introduction that works on many different independent items, you will always have a good start. And if you have a good start, you're almost always going to have a good finish. So you need to create a little script in your brain of what a good introduction is. Then you're going to follow your outline. As I said before, that's really important to make sure that you don't do too many things at the same time while you're speaking. And after you look at each section, look at the outline, look at the clock, and decide if you need to say more or if you need to move to the next section. Okay, here is my example, and I'm going to give myself 45 seconds on my clock. And I'm just going to answer this question from before, following my outline on the left, and I'm going to apply it to this script that I've written out for you on the right. Okay. I suppose that my favorite place to study is the library, for many reasons. First, it's full of resources. For instance, I need lots of academic psychology journals to write my senior thesis, so the access the library provides is very important to me. These resources just aren't available easily anywhere else. Additionally, it's a really good learning environment. What I mean by that is that there are always people studying in the library, which influences my motivation level. I'm one of those people that gets easily distracted, but when I'm in the library, I can focus. If I didn't go to the library, it would take me a lot longer to complete my work. And those are just a few of the reasons why I always study in the library. Okay, that was almost exactly 45 seconds. So I'm just saying. All right, what did I do here? Let's take a quick look at what I did. First, I took my choice and created this introduction, and all I was doing was looking at the word library. I already had the script for this intro in my brain when I said it, and so I just had to repeat the script. Now, this is my first body paragraph. You'll notice, this is important, that my reason is a very short sentence, and then the rest of the paragraph is dedicated to the psychology journals. And that's just a good relationship. You want short reasons with a lot of information about the example. Down here, body paragraph 2, it really does exactly the same thing as body paragraph 1. I'm just careful to choose two reasons that are different from each other in the planning phase so that I don't have any potential to say the same thing twice. And here I used a mini conclusion, but the conclusion is not necessary, and it really doesn't add any information, it just occupies time. Okay, let's do a little analysis. First, again, I had an easily repeatable introduction. You must have a good introduction that you can use on these items before you start the test so that you have a really quick start. While I was speaking, I was focusing on my outline to guide my response. So it's really important that you look at your outline while you're speaking, and then look at the clock, and then look at your outline again. And the other part is that I was looking at the clock after each section to see how my progress was going in relation to time. And that's the way that you plan, structure, and say a good independent one speaking item. And it's going to be very similar to the next speaking item that you can take a look at now, or you can do some practice with this particular item first. Okay, good luck.